So I just know that as far as the work that I wanted done on me, I wanted to come specifically to Dr. Juan, and nobody else was gonna touch my body. So my name is Bableen Bajwa, and I'm 27 years old. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and this is my third time here in Medellin. I love it that much. The first time was my surgery, and the second time I came was to help a friend who had surgery, and this third time is, again, for me. I found Dr. Juan through a friend. She used to come to Medellin a lot, and so she did her homework. Like, she saw a bunch of surgeons down here, and she saw a bunch of surgeons, you know, went through like a bunch of consults, and she really liked Dr. Juan and what he had to say. He was so, you know, easy to get along with, very thorough. He sat with her for an hour, just explained the procedure. So she was like, this is the guy I like, and I think you're gonna be happy with him. My first impression of Dr. Juan. So I walked in, and he's just very soft-spoken. I was like, hi, Dr. Juan, how's it going? And I'm just kind of loud, so he was just like, hey, you know, how's it going, or whatever. But he's just so nice, very soft-spoken, so, you know, but just very thorough. Like, he just knows what he's talking about. He's been doing it for so many years. He's like the nicest person you can ever like meet. You know, I sat down with him, and he just spent, it was literally 2 hours with me, going over the procedure, what to expect, you know, any doubts I had. And I came with my mother at the time, so my mom was asking me so many questions. She was like, what about this, and what if this can go wrong? And he really just sat down and explained the whole entire procedure, which was amazing. I worked down in Fort Lauderdale as a nurse, so I'm also in the healthcare profession. So I actually worked in the ER, but now I'm also in aesthetics. So coming from an ER perspective, like, my main concern was like infection, like what can go wrong with a surgery. But you know, obviously he told us that he covers us with antibiotics before, during, and after. And I could see or noticed, or it was just a very nice and easy process. But coming from a medical standpoint, I just, you know, I saw how things were being done, and I really liked it. It was very thorough, very neat and organized. And that, to me, I was like, this is perfect. How was my experience with Clinical Rosario? So it was actually amazing. And comparing it to the surgery I had prior into the States, you know, it was the same day, or the surgery that I had, I went home the same day. I mean, I think you do have that option here as well, but there's no overnight stay in these physicians, like in the States. Like, they do it in their office, so you can't stay there overnight. Whereas here, when he does it in the hospital, we had the option of staying overnight, which was so helpful, because you know, you're swollen, you're just waking up out of anesthesia, so that really helps. Like, that one night stay, like, is wonders, and the nurses are always there 24/7. So, I mean, a lot of times you don't get that in the States, you know, because they're doing it at outpatient, so you're just going to your home the same day. So having said that, it was amazing for me and my girlfriend that had her surgery done. So my first surgery when I came here, it was my breast. I wanted a lift, and you know, I wanted the areola smaller, as well as the liposuction, the marcación de abdomen that you would say here. So liposculpture, there you go. So that was my first procedure when I came here. And this time around, it's gonna be the glutes, the implants, and the glutes. I just know that as far as the work that I wanted done on me, I wanted to come specifically to Dr. Juan, and nobody else was gonna touch my body. So my post-care treatment with Dr. Juan and the rest of the team was, like I said, outstanding. So I would come here for my massages, and which really helped with the swelling, the inflammation, and the redness that I was experiencing. So, and they were just awesome here. You know, I'd come, I would look forward to coming here. They gave follow-up instructions, like drink water, you know, certain foods to eat that help with, like, to reduce inflammation. So it was just an amazing experience. Like I said, in my opinion, I don't think, based off my experience in the States, I didn't get that. So I don't know, it's really nice to be with somebody, actually, not just Dr. Juan, but the whole team that just cares about every single patient. So I really enjoyed my experience here. My motivation to seek plastic surgery, well, initially it was to correct, the breast augmentation I had done up in the States, and I was not happy with it. They were, they weren't placed well. They were kind of droopy, so that was my original intent in coming here. And then, obviously I came here and I was always interested in the liposculpture. So I asked Dr. Wine and he was like, yeah, I do it. And then he showed me some of his before and after. So those two things I went with it and I did it. But I mean, now as far as my glutes, I sat on it for a year and I really did think about it. I was like, do I really want this? And after much thought and a lot of people persuading me not to do it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I love it. So I just think that aesthetically, everybody has their own goal. So my goal is different from my friend or my sister. And I think everybody just has their own vision in their head, and it's whatever makes you happy is what you should truly follow and do to your body. The similarities I see between the surgeries in the US and Colombia is that, for the most part, they're done similar. A lot of them do it within their outpatient setting, so not in the hospital, which I know a lot of doctors here do it in the hospital. I mean, some do in the US, but I mean, nowadays it's more common to see it in their own clinical setting, which is an outpatient. So that's the only difference. I feel technique-wise. So my thing with technique is I think different surgeons are good at different things. It's hard to find somebody that's good at everything, there for you as a surgeon, which is super important. The benefits of getting my plastic surgery done here in Colombia, obviously first and foremost, it's way cheaper than the US. But I think my main thing, when I came down here, it wasn't even about the price. It was more about the care I got, how it was done, the technique. Because I saw, when I needed a lift, and I saw a bunch of techniques done by some US surgeons in the area, in Florida, that's where I lived at that time. So I had a bunch of consultations and I was like, I didn't like their technique. And I was like, that to me was the seal that sealed the deal. I was like, let me see before and afters similar to my body type. And I just didn't like the after. Whereas, here I saw his before and afters, Dr. Wan's, and that was it. I was like, this is what I want. And of course, him as a person. And, but yeah, so the benefits for me here is obviously the price, the care I got, which was I loved it. And I don't know, and then you get to enjoy all of Medellin, the people, the culture, the food. There's a lot of benefits, I mean. Reaction of the people that, obviously I told my close family and friends that I was gonna get my glute augmentation. They all try to talk me out of it. They're like, you're crazy, you don't need it. And I was like, guys, this is something I want, And I think that they gave up because they know I was gonna go through with it regardless. So, but like I said, everybody has their own aesthetic goals. So the main thing for people is I know sometimes nobody needs this. I mean, this is a field that nobody needs, but I feel everybody wants it. So having said that, it's just, you have to be supportive of what people want. So no, I mean my reaction from people was why are you gonna do it? But same thing when I got my breasts done too. They were like, why, you don't need it? And I'm like, and then I got these done. They're like, oh my God, I love your breasts. And it's just yeah. So I'm pretty sure I can't wait till they see what's coming. So my result was, in my opinion, perfect. It's what I envisioned. I went to him and I told him, I was like, this is how I want my breasts to look, and this is how, position wise, where they should sit, and that's exactly where they sit, and that's exactly how they look, and I'm so happy with my results. Did this surgery improve my confidence? 100%, 100%. Aesthetically speaking, when I go out and I wear certain outfits, I'm just beyond confident. It's just I go out and I think people can see that too, whereas, but it's not just a external confidence, it's also internal that I've noticed a change in myself, and I'm just, I'm more open to talk to people, and I don't know, I'm just grateful for having an awesome surgeon that saw my vision to deliver the results, and that really helped my confidence inside and out.